Hey, you there! Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Line Forever. Today, I have a 5v5 custom match here on the map LOPKACH. I think is how you say that name. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. Starting off with Team 1 in the north, anyway, Team 2 in the south. Starting off on the upper plateau position here for Team 1, it is Ernie the Bernie. He is a Cybern for this match as a 1,000 rated player. To his northeast, we have in forest green. The best color and faction combination is the UEF player of Mad Cat. He is a 1900. He is the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game overall. To his west in Ruby Red is the Seraphim player of Kinder 5129 as a 1500. Continuing on westward, we have in a nice little kind of cavern, not cavern, but kind of little valley area is Cantal Olar. I think that's how you say his full name. He is a UEF for this match as a 1500 in Imperial Grey. And last but not least, for Team 1 on the western side is Mint Alex. He is another UEF here for his team. He is in Chevy Crimson as a 1400. So for Team 1 side of the map, there are 3 UEF, 1 Cybern, and 1 Seraphim. Team 1 lacks the Aeon faction. Starting up for Team 2's upper plateau position, we have in Amethyst Purple, Cy Beltron. He is a UEF. He is a 1300. To his southwest, we have in Pac-Man Yellow, Ale Matola. He is a Seraphim for this match as a 1300 as well. To his east in Royal Blue is the Cybern play of Janana. He is a Cybern for this match as a 1500. In that kind of valley area here to the east is System Shock. He is a Seraphim for this match, and he hasn't actually moved yet, so hopefully that doesn't cause him too much annoyance. But I feel like he's going to get up and running here pretty shortly. He is, again, in Orange Color Orange as a 1500. And last but not least, for Team 2, already on the move, it is Ryan103. He is the highest rated player on Team 2 at a 1700 rating in not Pac-Man, but Barbie Pink as a Cybern. So for Team 2 side of the map, they have 2 Cybern, 2 Seraphim, 1 UEF, which means Team 2 and Team 1 lack the Aeon faction. Apologies to those low to the princess. Hopefully you enjoy the game nonetheless. And it does look like System Shock was busy getting food. He probably thought the game was going to take a little bit longer to get started. Definitely unfortunate, but at least he's going to be hungry and fed and ready to go to start throwing plasma and whatnot at his opponents. And currently still on the map here for these 10 players is the reclaim count of 21,000 mass in reclaim, which means it is 2.1k mass per player. And the mechs count for this map is very, very low. We can see there's a couple mechs over here. We're talking about Team 2 side of the map. Couple mechs is actually down here. This is probably the highest concentration of mechs here besides the starting mechs. Nice little twin mechs, and twin mechs. There actually are a couple of mechs down here. Very difficult to see just because the coloration of that lower section, and there is a little bit more down here as well. I get very much reptilian vibes from this map with the kind of a cracked, not skin, but the way that it looks like kind of a reptilian skin. The green kind of adds to that as well. And it is a 10 by 10 map. It's been a while since I've casted a game this populated of players in a 10 by 10. Players don't have to travel far to reach their opponent's side of the map. T2 has been started for Ernie the Bernie on that upper plateau. We do see that for Team 1. We have Cantarolar, but we'll call him Cantar probably for short because I probably won't remember to say the rest of his name. And Kinder moving into the middle with Team 2's Jenna and System Shock moving that way as well. So most likely a 2v2 in the middle, a 1v1 on the eastern side, and a 1v1 on the western side. With the upper plateau players, looks like they are going to engage. At least Team 2 side, Beltron will engage. Team 1's Ernie is going to sit and most likely eco up. I mean, it's a decently high plateau position. We'll take a look at Team 2's side of the map. Look at that thing. Like, this thing is pretty high up there. There's not really a lot of shots that can get up there very easily. I do hear some shots shooting at something in the sky. It looks like a couple of interceptors flying over, and I thought I saw, yeah, there's an archer nearby. That's what I heard. Gun damage range has been started for Mint Alex in the west. T2 is almost done. Do we have a distance build attempt? We have a distance build. T1 PD going to be built. These twin mechs right here for Ernie. He's going to lose those. That's going to be very annoying. Engineer Probably going to try to reclaim, most likely, if he notices that it's there or not. Probably. Oh. Looks like it's not going to be able to do that, unfortunately. We do see Ernie's like, hey, that's not nice. Don't do that. But look at that distance, but look how high up that was. That is nuts. Look at that thing. And Ernie's like, hey, stop it. And he repairs those T1 mexes very quickly, I might add. Gun speed and range is coming online here for Ali Matola in the southwest. We haven't seen any calm-on-calm action as of yet, but I guess we're about to. Team 1's Mad Cat about to engage with Ryan. Ryan just full sending it against his opponent. He just does not care. He is creating a nice little buffer zone here for himself, but unfortunately, he has no reinforcements. T2PD online on that cliff edge, and it's actually able to shoot down and actually hit the comm for a brief moment. Ryan's going to be like, oh, that's probably not great. I need to fall back, and now we see that there goes the PD shooting at the comm all the way down there. Look at that. Some of the shots aren't going to miss, of course, but they are going to be able to hit him once he gets into essentially this side of that little outcropping of land engagement. A couple of bombers over top, and you can see he's going to go to the edge of the map and then south, so that way he can at least attempt to not get shot down early in the match. Gun speed and range try to hit for System Shock. And of course, Team 2 System Shock's going to be a little bit further behind than some of his teammates and his opponents, of course. But he is a very well player. I mean, he's a 1500 rated. He knows what he's doing, so he can recover from this quite nicely. And again, he has food, which maybe some of the players on Team 1 don't have food, and so that's a disadvantage there. Who knows? Gun speed and range, damage and range coming online here for Kantar in the middle. And Ryan and Mad Cat still trading blows. Again, Ryan is down in the starting hit point count at 2,000 point deficit. He's sitting at 8,400 currently, and Mad Cat's sitting actually at 8,900. So he's actually lost almost 3,000 hit points. Very interestingly, I don't know. Yeah, I think those gunships came in and tried to cause some havoc over there. They didn't really get that much mileage out of him, but it looks like there are more jesters inbound from Ryan as well. But he's pushed very far forward, and we even see a distance build downward. Maybe a transport. No, that's only T1, so no, maybe. Maybe there could have been a transport. I highly doubt it, but maybe. Could have easily been a distance build and getting units down there. And they're going to wall off this section of the map, not allowing Ryan to come back and cause more havoc. Gun speed and range has been started here for Janana in the middle. Large group of Team 1 forces and Kinder hanging out here in the middle of the map. Technically, I mean, it's not on Team 2's side of the map in terms of the north v south, but I can kind of see Team 2 having this side, Team 1 having that side kind of thing. I do hear a gun upgrade firing, and it is Ali Matola going after all of these Team 1 strikers. And, of course, it is going to give him a decent amount of veterancy once he destroys all of them. Mint Alex coming in with his gun upgrade. So that's going to cause, again, nice little pushback there in the west. Gun upgrade is almost done here for Cybeltron and for Janana. We do see that Cybeltron has actually shifted over here, so it's actually a 3v2 advantage in favor of Team 2 in the middle of the map, with System Shock trying to gain a little bit more of some breathing room for his teammates to finish their upgrades. System Shock, of course, will be able to succeed in doing that at 80%. It's definitely worth it, especially with Cybeltron now firing some shots of his own. Now that those units are in range. Janana going for his his stealth upgrade. But of course, with 2 gun upgrades soon to be online, it's not going to be a huge worry if he's not there immediately. But some T1 gestures inbound from Team 2's Ryan going for Kantar's commander. Man, just for some reason cannot say his name correctly or speak correctly. Some interceptors inbound here from Mad Cat to deal with them. They are, of course, gestures. They are very weak, only 350 hit points on board, but they've taken out a chunk of hit points and essentially said Kantar cannot use his comm in a 2v1 engagement, possibly 3v1, but it does look like Janana is not going to engage currently. He has Nano on the brain. This is going to provide a lot of needed success here for Team 2 in the middle of the map. And, of course, lots of veterancy. 1 star already on board here for System Shock. Cybeltron working on his 1st star. And there is a nice little striker getting up close and personal with that comm, and he probably regrets doing that. I hear missiles firing in the east, and that is what I hear. Ryan going after all of the stuff over here on the lower section of the map here for Team 1's rush player of Ernie. Ernie built actually a couple of hives over here to help with engineering, and I'm assuming he's going to try to scale for T3 very quickly, being up there on that upper plateau. He's pretty much isolated. Unfortunately, those missiles actually have a nice little run-up. You can see that the missiles, they're not hitting the environment. Not all of them. Some of them are right here. But some of them just have a nice little run-up all the way up, going after T1 mexes. They go way far. Looks like some of them are missing. I don't know if that's due to the confusion of the environment, whatever the case may be. But I feel like a lot of them are missing. I don't... Oh, maybe they're... Oh, I think what's happening is they're trying to hit these, and it's hard for them to actually get the shot nailed. Is probably what's happening. That's why they keep going long. So that's probably it. In the west, nano repair has been started here for Ali Matola. He doesn't really need it, but it's nice to have, of course. Mint Alex getting some PD online. So one a little bit more defensive for a personal upgrade, one a little bit more defensive for a more army upgrade kind of thing. We do see a couple of archers in this group as well. Those T1 jesters not really going to cut it. Alex is going to feel the burn at least a little bit, but nothing too worrisome. He's going to drop probably at about 60% of his hit points. It's going to be close maybe to 50, but it does look like more gunships are inbound all the time from Ryan. And Alex, he's not feeling well. It does open the door for Ali Motola to engage with his forces. There isn't really a lot here to really put that much pressure. If the Calm was here, that'd be probably a different story. But the Jesters have now been dealt with. And again, it just gave Ali Motola just a little bit more room to work. But again, he's now at 50% in climbing for that nano upgrade. He really needs to deal with these T1 units, so he's going to get swarmed very quickly. We'll see if he cancels it. He probably will keep it, but Alex doesn't engage, so he'll definitely keep it. In the middle of the map, Team 2 is getting a little bit more ground. Transport actually drops off a couple of some Lobos from Cybeltron. Love to see that. And they're going after, I don't know what they're shooting at. Looks like they're going after this group of T2 mexes right here. That's going to be not great here for Ernie. Looks like the T2 Pigeon was targeted as well. That's going to set back the power production here for Team 1's Ernie. We do see it looks like another mex was taken offline. So 2 mexes were taken out. Definitely a nice grab there. But, of course, it probably could have been a little bit better. But the Pigeon definitely was a little bit better of a grab. Just to, again, scale back that expansion in the power grid here for Team 1's Ernie. But we do see T3 Air is online for Kinder and T2 Land as well. T3 Air online for Mad Cat. Team 2, T2 Land, T3 Air is online, T2 Air is online, going up to T3, and T2 Land as well. So not exactly the same players doing the exact same roles, but pretty close. We do see the upper plateau position, which I thought was going to be actually an air player, but I guess not. I mean, it just depends on the strategy of Ernie, I guess. But we'll see how that plays out for him. You would just think kind of being that high up in the sky, land units, it's going to be forever to get all the way around. It'd be a lot easier to just build. Like, essentially what he's done, just build some PD, build some, Team D, that kind of thing on the cliff edge, essentially, and call it a day. We do see Alamatola with the gun, and now a restoration field upgrade here. Mint, of course, still underneath some shield protection now, but he's getting 20 hit points a second regen. It's not a lot compared to his opponent's 86, and you can see that he's just slowly pushing in. I don't know why he turned around very briefly there. Don't know what was going on with that, but missiles coming in, taking out the TMD, taking out the PD, most importantly. And, of course, those missiles will continue to breach through just due to the fact that the TMD on the UEF side of things is not great. Not a fan. They are definitely a buzzkill for more than one reason. T2 coming online here for System Shock in the middle. In terms of eco situation, Team 2 and Team 1 staying relatively the same at about 400 mass income. There's really no, one team's at like 600, one team's at 400 kind of thing. So it's really staying lockstep with another. There's some raiding going on, of course, from Team 2. It does show that Team 1 would have been a little bit further ahead, but it looks like they've, of course, fixed that. Total Master Crew, Team 1 is barely winning by about 10 or so thousand. Nothing crazy. We do see lots of reclaiming going down here for Genana in the middle of the map. Again, not a lot of reclaim to be had, but again, it's better than nothing. And we do see, of course, a little bit of the focus has shifted to mass and power and upgrades and that sort of thing. T3 Air just got blitzed up here by Team 1's Ernie, so he just slapped me across the face and said, well, I'm going to build T3, so nah. However, I don't even know what I'm doing. I had night shifts the past week or so, so my brain's kind of been fried a little bit with, switching from working from essentially 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. So it's kind of just, it's Friday that I'm recording this video. This video will go out on Saturday, so I'm just kind of nice to be able to go back to a normal, quote-unquote normal schedule, at least for me. Alimatola pushing in with his gun comm as well, and this is not going good because Mint has retreated. He's gone back to his base. I don't blame him. I mean, he wasn't really feeling well, and if he stayed here, he probably, it wouldn't have been great. There's a couple of Ilshis, but I think it would have been enough to kill him, so that definitely was a smart move to retreat in that moment. Nano coming online here for System Shock, and now these Gunthers on this upper plateau. Nice little positioning there, trying to again create a nice little exclusion zone for himself and his team on the land side of things. That's how far they can push out.
Commander under attack.
It looks like the commander is actually being shot at by a nice little strat bomber. Takes out actually a couple of those artillery pieces. It looks like that strat bomber got knocked out of the sky. Yep, there it is. It's actually on that plateau, just barely. Look at that thing. Just kind of hanging out. It does get pinged saying, hey, go get that wreck. And I'm assuming there'll be an engineer thrown over there to scoop up that 1,000 mass. A couple of Ilshis over here dealing with some strikers. Those Ilshis will be more than enough to deal with those units. There's no real concern in that front. We do see some missile. No, that looks like that's artillery. Looked like missiles for a second. Some artillery batteries online here for Team 2 as well. Cybeltron again deploying the same strategy as is Mirror on that upper plateau. There is a nice, juicy little position here. Couple of PD emplacements. Would have loved to see maybe some TMD. I do love the fact there is a radar system in there, so that way it's getting a lot of intel constantly. That's the range, so they can essentially see everything in Cybeltron's base in terms of a radar signature, unless stealth was deployed, but then, of course, Omni will fix that anyways. Units dropped off here from Team 2's Ryan, but they get essentially insta-reclaimed by all of these hives. One hive does get taken out, but lovely move there, though. It doesn't, of course, work as much as it used to because Ernie's been a little bit more, not averse, but he's more aware of transporting units across the map sort of thing. Airfight over the top of System Shock's position. It looks like Team 2 has the advantage, and especially with that kind of engagement like that, it's going to net Team 2, again, a slight advantage in there. Nothing too big, and with 3 air players for Team 1, they can easily recover from that. And it even looks like they're doing that as we speak. T2 coming online here for Ryan. Of course, he has T3 land online. He has T2 air back here, getting more transports on board. T2 air online for System Shock. So everybody on Team 2 except for Alimatola has at least the T2 air facility, so it can either produce, Team 1 gunships, T2 gunships, or, transports, whatever they would need. I don't think everybody needs to get T3. It would be nice to have, but I don't think they need to focus everybody on T3. Unless they really want to spam out some broadswords or spam out some whalers, would probably be the only 2 cases. So there is a sense, of course, if you focus too much on air, that don't have enough land, it just doesn't really go well, especially if your opponent notices that. Missiles are inbound, going after those artillery emplacements, and they get 2 of them. Nice grab. More AA being built, more Myrmidons over there on that plateau to, again, prevent any sort of transporting shenanigans. Tactical missile launchers, looks like they've taken a hit or 2, but they still have a couple missiles loaded. Looks like they're going to fire another one off. Going after, looks like maybe a radar system, maybe a T2 mech. There is a buzzkill nearby. I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, it is enough to deal with it, and that looks like that's upgrading to T3 as we speak. Bricks do make an attempt, but then go, no, and then they fall back. So I don't really know what Ryan was thinking. Maybe he tried to run by and go after all of the back here stuff for Mad Cat, but there is a decent amount of PD here, and there's more being built all the time, so it's probably not even worth it at that point. 21 minutes on the clock here at Team 1. Nobody has died. Team 2, nobody has died. Definitely love to see that, especially on a 10v10. Very surprisingly enough, just because it is a smaller map. Granted, there's really confined areas of the map for land to really be showcased, so these players are being very standoffish. Everybody besides Mint, Alex, and Team 2's Ali Matola essentially in their main bases. We do see System Shock's kind of in his main base. And to be fair, we have 2 players in this game that are on plateaus, so it's kind of warranted that they're still up there. But Team 2's did leave, so that is a thing there. But he's now back. Let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win this game. Of course, there are upgrades going down here for Team 1. I'll go over those in a second. Let me know down in the comments, of course, how you feel about my casting, how you feel about everything. I really do appreciate all the time and attention that you watch and comment and subscribe and do all the lovely, lovely things that YouTube loves to see. So again, thank you so very much. And let's go ahead and see. Of course, there's a RAS upgrade coming online here for both Kinder and for Mad Cat. Tactical Billy Nuke coming online here for Cantarolar. So we'll see how he uses that. Love to see the Billy Nuke in this game. And obviously love to just cast a game on a non-generated map. I think there was a commenter, I think it was a couple weeks ago, that made a comment. It's kind of redundant, but anyway, that the only ungenerated map was Settins. Everything else was generated. I do kind of find that funny. And in some degree, yes, it was generated, but it's just, I like to have named maps in there once in a while because it's nice to have a map that doesn't change so players can get used to it. These are where the mexes are. These are where some positions are, that sort of thing. Now, dual gaps is one of the more infamous, there we go. Same with Settins, where the meta doesn't really change, which can be a good thing or can not be a good thing. But it is nice to just have constant revolving, like you can try this, you can try this, you can try this sort of things. Which you can still do on those kinds of maps, but it's not as common, or I wouldn't say encouraged, but maybe thought of would be the better way to put it. Anyway. RAS coming online here for Team 1's Ernie. So everybody on this eastern side for Team 1 going for RAS. Western side here, Advanced and Repair coming online. SMD online in the base here for Side Beltron. That's not going to help against the Billy Nuke unless he has TMD on board. T3 coming online for Mad Cat. We see a couple of these nice little Othams running around in the middle. They like push in and then fall back immediately. Lots of Titans also over here. Lots of units just reclaiming constantly here for Team 1 and Team 2, but mainly this western side. Look at all those engineers just going at all that reclaim. Just tiny little, look at all these tiny little rocks. That's one of those situations where you could wish you could just reclaim a clump of them at the same time. Look at them just constantly firing. Jeez, it's like they're on steroids or something. Dang. Cantalarlo builds an experimental. Every time I say his full name, I feel like I say it a different way, so I apologize. It is a fat boy. He built that in a very confined space, I will add. And it's just rolling through a structure. T3 air also online here for him. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 T3 air headquarters online. The only player who doesn't even have a T2 facility is Mint, let alone a T3. So 4 out of the 5 players for Team 1 have air facilities. Team 2 has, I think, 3 at last count. Yeah, 3. Because we have 1, 2, and then 3 up here. Where is that fat boy going? That could be very brutal on these upper plateaus if you had a fat boy up here. UEF tech up here being deployed here by Ernie. Probably doesn't want the Cybran shields is probably what it is. Which I don't blame him, because Cybran shields are not great. I do not enjoy those shields. We do have a Monkey Lord here in the west here for Jenana. Pushing in lots of PD stacking up, though. And lots of Percy's as well. And looks like the monkey is not even focusing the Percy's, which definitely is a mistake here. That is a dead monkey, unfortunately, here for Team 2. First experimental, that is now... Oh, 200 hit points. Oh, he's dead. Had those shields pushed up, maybe they could have saved that fat boy, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough. And now it's, of course, given a lot of things to think about here for Mint. Does he engage? He has a chicken from his teammate of Kinder inbound, so they might try to hold the reclaim position, at least the wreck position. There are lots of missiles, lots of T3 units. There's also a chicken over here as well, so that's Honestly, that probably would have been better to save to move in together with for Ali Motola and Jenana's monkey and chicken. It's here now, but it would have been better to engage together. And that chicken is going to be the first experimental fight. There is a UEF, of course, Fat Boy, wherever the heck it went. Oh, it's over here. Man, that thing is struggling over there to navigate. System Shock built an experimental, most likely a chicken as well, and it is. And we have two comms on transports. Where are they going? I don't know where they're going. Looks like Ryan's moving westward, and System Shock's moving up here to this plateau. We have Fat Boy Fire raining in on top of that chicken. Looks like that chicken from Team 1 is going to survive. Titans coming in to assist, deal with the rest of the hit points. We have a transport with some Percy's, it looks like, on board. Is there AA on board? It looks like, no, those are Titans, excuse me, not Percy's. It looks like the transport got spotted and he doesn't want to engage. ASF fight will occur. Team 1 get a nice engagement there on Cybeltron's forces. We do see that it's just the ASF fight of 3 forces. It was 4, but the one from Cybeltron got wiped out. Oh, look, there's more inbound now. Lots of wrecks going to be just littering the ground down below. That's the second reclaim wreck that Team 1 can now grab, or Team 2, depending on who gets to it first. But that was produced by Team 2, caused by Team 1. Team 1 will win air. They did fight under some SAMs, not a lot of SAMs or AA, but, you know, some of them. But we have, of course, 3 players on Team 2 producing ASFs. Team 1, we have 3 players as well. I did notice that Ernie didn't send his in. Gunships being produced by Mad Cat and Satellite being produced by Cybeltron, because why not just put your satellite even further into the sky? Looks like missiles are inbound. Is that missiles or artillery? Looks like that's artillery, not missiles. Yeah, it's a Zathutham. Yep. Oh no, there are some missiles there. Never mind. It looked like an artillery piece, but it was not. Almost 30 minutes on the clock. It is now 30 minutes exactly. And that satellite is going up decently quickly here. I don't know if Team 1 notices yet. And we have another comm on a transport. System Shock, what are you doing, the mad lad? Just going around and dropping his comm everywhere. He has Splash, Nano, and Gun on board. And he has a shield to boot. He's trying to hem these units off the pass. And unfortunately, the Fat Boy can't really hit the comm. And the Percy's actually stack up one after the other. So it's a great engagement point here from System Shock. It is a little dangerous to do that, I will admit, but that was a great movement in. Gunships inbound from Genana, those whalers. They're going after that Fat Boy. That's a dead Fat Boy. Engineers already on station for Team 1 to scoop up the chicken wreck. And that Fat Boy probably will not live to see another day. Chicken wreck is gone. But unfortunately here for Team 2, the wreck was already scooped up, so there's no saving that. ASF's moving into position, but don't actually pull the trigger on engaging. Another Fat Boy being produced in the middle here for Kantar. I do hear chicken fire somewhere. Don't know. Oh, no, over here. There's a monkey over here moving into this eastern side. Nuke is online. It isn't loaded. There's not a lot of anything over here. And that doesn't look good. In the west, Billy Nuke lands, going after the Ythotha from Team 2 System Shock. And that nuke gets taken out by the monkey. Great nuke by Ernie. Sorry, not great nuke. Great Monkey Lord killing the nuke here by Ernie. Oh, that is just... That's not great. Now we have another player that has a T3 air facility headquarters. That is Ryan. Looks like maybe we'll see a T2 coming online here for Ale Motola. But System Shock just does not care. He really needs to fall back. I know he's sitting at 50,000 hit points, but it's kind of dangerous to just sit there and throw your comm forward, because there could be something behind enemy lines you don't notice. And that'll be the end of that comm's life. We do see the Monkey Lord has now been taken out by the whalers pretty much at this point. And now Crab's moving in to secure that eastern side. ASFs from early move in. Not really the best idea, though, because those gunships do have some AA. ASF fight will happen once again. Nice engagement here, though, from Team 1. Using the distraction of Ernie's to get in behind the ASFs from Team 2's Genana. And now the gunships are in full retreat. A couple of ASFs do add the numbers here for System Shock, but again, it's just one of those things where it's not really going to save those gunships at all. Artillery has been started by Ryan. Looks like it's going to get some P-Gen support here from Genana. Chicken just steamrolling over here on this western side. It's going to probably try to go this western. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's going to go east, actually go for, looks like, this position. It's going to go after that FAF boy. I feel like you could easily take out this, especially with all these engineers. There's not really a lot of units stacking up. Maybe we'll see if he shifts west. It would definitely be better to shift west in that regard, but we'll see. Gunships coming in here to snipe all of the T3 mexes here from Mad Cat. He's actually doing a great job of it, especially with all the ASF support from Kinder. This is really going to just hamstring Team 2's eco. Just due to the fact that, well, they took out a P-Gen, they took out another P-Gen. They didn't take out the T3 mexes, though. That's another P-Gen going to be lost, and in headquarters, most likely. Chicken is moving in. Billy Nuke actually cuts it off at the knees, but it's not going to matter. Janus over the top here from Kantar just to help assist. That Chicken just needs to full send it or not, and you're already almost all the way there. You might as well just do it and be done with it. You're really going to just knock out Mint. Looks like everything was transferred over from from Mint to Team 1's Kantar. Looks like he's just like, hey, get as much use out of it as you can kind of thing. Awasa Bomber online. Ooh, and then again, a 10x10 map. Oh, it doesn't release the payload. Oh, that's unfortunate. Ooh, looks like it's going to turn around for another pass. Boo Nuke takes out some engineers. That's definitely a war crime. AA is going to be taken out, and some artillery most likely. Yep, there goes that chunk of artillery as well. Ooh, that's going to be a nice bomb in the middle of this lineup here from Team 2 System Shock. It will impact the shields, and it will take out some of his own ASFs in the process and damage a lot of them as well. That's a little rough. Tactical missile coming online here for Mint. And that chicken does get defeated at some point. Looks like Team 1 lost their own chicken as well. But that is a dead base here for Mint. Bomb will drop once again. ASFs, have they learned their lesson? Some of them didn't. Most of them did. Janus over the top just trying to help out. There's a lot of TMD that just got knocked out. The bomber lands in System Shock's position, so he'll be very, very happy about that reclaim. There's also dead mexes down here as well. Team 2 has lost a lot of eco. They were sitting at, I think, 1.6 at one point, but they're now at 1.4. Missiles inbound. Those have to be missiles. There's no way it's not missiles. They're going after the T3. Actually, no. Those have to be missiles in. Another Billy Nuke inbound from Team 1's Kantar. You can see that is the range at which he can fire those Billy Nukes. He can hit the entire base for Cybeltron, but hasn't decided to do that. There isn't really a lot of TMD in this base, so he can easily take out anything. There is some shielding, to be fair, but not a lot of TMD. He's getting another SMD as well, just in case. Baby Nuke going to land. Chicken's going to fall back. That's not really going to work out here for Kantar. Another bomber has been produced, and the bomb lands right next to where the ASFs were coming in for just a nice little follow maneuver. Looks like that bomber doesn't actually drop the bomb where it wanted to. And it takes out a mech and a land facility, but not really worth it. Yeah, this is where it essentially landed. Not really where it wanted to deploy. But that is 2 Awasa bomber wrecks dropped on Team 2's side of the map. It kind of pays them back from earlier on, where Team 2 dropped a monkey and a chicken on Team 1's side of the map. But nothing really has happened over here. Satellite has been started by Ernie. Satellite has been started by Mad Cat, probably just due to the fact that the satellite from Team 2 is overhead. And I don't see any other thing. Another Billy Nuke outbound from Kantar going after this group of units right here. We'll take out a... it may take out some TMD. It might be strong enough to deal with it. There is a zapper over here that just got produced. Oh, it does get taken out, unfortunately, for Kantar. And there are some satellites being like, okay, you got to stop. You got to stop with the nukes. It's annoying. You can target most of the map just with your comms. Stop it. How's that disruptor going? Well, it's in the green. It has been building for a while now. I feel like Team 2 definitely should be aware of that. Yeah, the pings do happen. Kinder's like, hey, there's stuff down there. Nothing else going over here in the east. Looks like Satellite's going to target all the hives. That's unfortunate for the build power for Kinder. Sorry, not for Kinder, for Ryan. You do see Fat Boy over here, but it's going to get bullied by a couple of chickens, and I don't think those chickens are going to stop anytime soon. Billy Nuke actually does help take out the rest of that first chicken's health. There's going to be one chicken remaining, but again, narrow-necked environment. There's not a lot of place to dodge the secondary and tertiary fire from the chicken. That's a dead Fat Boy. Fat Boy just barely can make it through. There it goes. Gunship's inbound for the chicken. I think they will get the chicken. There is some lightning tank nearby, but it's not really going to matter. Another Billy Nuke outbound. He is just not letting up on that nuke, or that Billy Nuke. Dang, there goes the Billy Nuke. It's about to land. Does a little bit of damage to the chicken, not a terrible amount. And now the game is kind of quieted down for the most part. You see another monkey down there. Satellite is now online for Ernie. Actually, he's building two of them at the same time. Didn't even notice that one. So Team 1 has 2 satellites. Team 2 has 2 satellites. Oh, and what do we have here? T4 Game Ender of the Mavor variety. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be just a huge overcompensation for that Mavor. It's on essentially one of the highest points on the map, and it's going to just fully extend and just cause some havoc because of it. Another Billy Nuke. Man, this thing is just doing very well. It's going to get another. Oh, nice grab there. Takes out some SACUs. And those are probably RASCOMs too. Nice grab by Kantar. He grabbed another chunk of them as well. But dang, he's killed off 28,000? 26,000 mass. Fat Boy is now in range of the Cliffside PD and defenses here for Cybeltron. So Team 2's got to deal with that here shortly. Artillery going after the base for Mad Cat. Looks like it's trying to take out the satellite, I presume. Possibly. Does Team 2 know about the... They don't know about the satellite from Ernie, so that's probably why they're going after the one for Mad Cat. Needs more shields, most definitely. And again, not really a lot of action in the middle besides just a couple of engineers running around. Team 1 and Team 2 essentially digging in for the long haul. We have 2 comms for Team 2 in the water down here right next to one another. I feel like they should split up one here and one here. I don't like them being super grouped up because if a nuke happens, that's not a great day for either of them. Speaking of a nuke, I don't see another one ever since that one was destroyed earlier on for Ryan. We do see an artillery is started and actually going up pretty quickly here for Kinder. Very much shielded up. There is one PGen exposed though, so that's not great. More mechs is taken offline down there. Strats stacking up over here a little bit for Mad Cat. Another Fat Boy over here in that valley area for Kantar, just probably for more shielding. PGen is still going to survive. Looks like the Novaks did take a hit, but nothing too concerning. But it is a little bit concerning if that continues to happen for Team 1. And I think that's the only artillery. Oh, no, there is a nuke down here. So as I was speaking about nukes being built or whatever, there was one that was already constructed. Team 1's going to definitely know about it. And the second disruptor has been started by Jenna. So one going for satellites and Game Ender, one going for regular artillery. And explosion does happen. It's another SACU. I keep thinking it's a comm. 41 minutes and nobody has died yet. That's huge. Very rare do we see it. I do love all these team. Oh, that's a lot of TMLs. I thought these were Team D for a second. Oh, I mean, they can hit a lot of things. They can actually hit both of those artillery pieces, in fact. They can hit a couple of the satellites being built, and they do know about the Mavor if they're paying attention to the hologram. Looks like it's actually been stopped for the most part. It's not really been focused down here by Sabotron. Looks like he's been focusing on other things. Artillery did not crack the shielding. Another artillery has been started by Mad Cat. Looks like the artillery did break through over here, though, and took out the one being built by Kinder with the satellite assist. That's not great. That one was actually almost done. Very unfortunate here for Team 1. But they are starting to spam out, looks like Fat Boys, so they're going to try to just bury their opponents in artillery fire, or at least shorter range artillery fire. Looks like the satellites are a little bit more of a priority than the artillery piece. Obviously unfortunate because I love seeing Mavors, game enders, all that sort of thing be built. But desperate times, call for desperate measures kind of thing. Looks like the artillery and the satellites from Team 2 targeting Mad Cat's comm. Or probably to deny the artillery being built. Oh, okay, well that was a nice deny. Mad Cat should have gotten the warning about being shot at. Pigeon explodes next to him. That's not really great. The emitters are going down. It's not going well here for Mad Cat. He's got to move or he's dead. Oh, that takes out a chunk of the mass storages here for Kinder. And those mass fabs are not going to sleep soundly tonight. Bowie Nuke lands down here, and man, that thing just does not stop firing. Ernie builds an experimental, most likely another satellite. That's number 3 here for him. And all of the Pigeons essentially wiping out everything for Mad Cat, not even targeting the comm. And the satellite is defeated here for Mad Cat. And it's just a cleansing of that northeastern corner. Lots of gunships stacked up here. He probably could use them in going after maybe the nuke here for Team 2. There is a decent amount of AA, but he does have his teammate of Ernie coming in with 2 monkeys. Oh, there's just a brick on the little cliff over here hanging out. That is not a great thing for Team 2. And there's, again, another scenario where there's nothing really defending except a brick who I think is just stuck at that point. I don't know if they're what their target priorities are, but they're just targeting, looks like SACUs right now. That's a nice grab, taking out all the mass fabs as well. The base for Mad Cat is cut in half. Artillery striking Ernie's position. They've taken out one of those satellites. Looks like there's 2 artilleries now firing. And that is from Jenna. Monkeyloid's just causing a havoc over here. Looks like they're going for the nuke for Team 2's system shock. And they probably will get it at this point. And Team 1's Mint Alex, the first player in this game to be defeated or leave or whatever the case may be. That is now a 4v5 and is the second player to go down right after that. Ernie defeated by Jenna. And is now a 3v5 in favor of Team 2. We have gunships inbound. And it looks like that nuke is going to get taken offline. Nice grab here by Ernie. Of course, he dies, which means transfer of these units go to Mad Cat. Mad Cat needs to move them immediately. There is a crab, though, and that's not really going to help the case for those monkeys. 61,000 mass killed, 41,000 mass killed. Gunships inbound, but there are ASFs inbound as well, and ASFs from Team 1 do not essentially run strafing runs or whatever. Is it rough shot? I forget what the phrase is, where essentially you run cover for the gunships. There we go. But those gunships just got ripped apart by Team 2's ASFs and AA. It was a nice attempt, but oof, that was rough. Another artillery piece. Looks like it's on. Oh no, that's T2 artillery. The upper plateau has been knocked out for Team 1's Mad Cat. Not Mad Cat, but I mean it was for It is for Mad Cat. It was for Ernie. Yeah. And unfortunately, there's really not anything left up there. There's a couple of T3 mixes though, and a couple of other SACUs, but there's really nothing strategic up there in terms of firepower. We do see in the west, El Matilda has not really left that spot. Chicken, of course, holding position behind the little mountain, which means the Fat Boy will constantly fire and miss. First nuke of the game to be launched, and it's from Team 2. It's over here in the southwest. Eli Motola built it, and he still didn't go for T3 air headquarters. He's literally the only player that didn't have one at the time. And it's going to land right here. I mean, there's not that much to lose. There's the defenses, the radar system / vision system. the perimeter monitoring station kind of thing. But there it goes. First nuke of the game. Kaboom! Takes out an SACU. Probably worth about 25, maybe 30. No, 58,000 mass. That was worth 58,000 mass? Huh. Did not expect it to be worth that much. Still, 58,000. Really, really good nuke. Looks like the shields are, of course, are the target for those satellites. We have a chicken pushing forward, but it's only one chicken versus some defenses. There's the crab down there. Looks like the crab's trying to make it back out. The monkeys did not get away. It looks like a nuke is going to be rebuilt as we speak. Teleporter is done for system shock. T1 bombers inbound. Flak coming in to take out a chunk of them as they pass overhead. But the hit points for the chicken severely lacking now. ASF sitting on the ground. Don't do that. Not a good place to put them in the middle of the map, especially with Fat Boys and whatnot nearby. Kinder builds another experimental. Is it another bomber? I don't think so. Looks like it's another chicken. An artillery here for Team 2. It's not even being built at this point. Very, very, very sad to see that it's not being built. A random shield for Alimatola. Random is random, I guess. Don't know why he has control of that, but okay. And again, it is slowly being rebuilt once again, or being continued construction, but missiles are inbound from Team 1, from those emplacements from Mad Cat. It looks like ping's going down, say, hey, there's some stuff inbound. There is one TMD. Looks like they're going for the 2 satellites. Nice grab there with a missile barrage. He takes out 2 of them. Love to see that. And they'll take out the Rex for them as well. Love to see that. Essentially no more mass, no more nothing. And that knocks 2 birds with 1 stone quite nicely. Looks like the shield gets regened, but it is an unfortunate loss here for Cybeltron. It looks like we have Corsairs inbound from him going for Fat Boys. That one's actually almost destroyed there. And that one's actually going to walk into the fire and the flames. He'll try to carry on there, but oh, all 3 Fat Boys taken up by Janus fire. Love to see it. I think I called them Corsairs for a second, I think. And those are not Corsairs. Those are Janus. Another nuke is outbound from Alimatola. Where is this one going? Western Edge, maybe? 48 minutes on the clock here. Missile inbound. Going to take out that SMD. There's still more built all around. And it looks like the nuke is actually headed to the northeast. Going to take out, looks like Mad Cat's northeastern corner. He still has a T3. Well, he has 2 T3 air facilities, actually, or headquarters. A couple of chickens in the middle versus a crab and monkey. Only going to go one way in that regard, especially with all the other support nearby. Lots of AA, though, I will admit. And here it goes. Here comes the nuke. Kaboom! There is a teleportation inbound. Looks like it's from System Shock, surprisingly enough. And he's just going to go for the kill on Mad Cat. There is T2 PD built here. More T1 PD going to be built. And Mad Cat might actually go down here. Overcharge. There he goes. It takes out the engineers as well. Strap bombers are going to get System Shock. Maybe the P-Gens will kill him. Actually, the P-Gens will kill him. Ooh, that's rough, but it, of course, is clarified as Mad Cat. Maybe the last shot was from one of those PD emplacements, but it is a trade. 2v4. Was it worth it? I don't believe it was worth it, but hey, he went out with a bang, and sometimes that's the best way to go out in this game. And I think the game is starting to favor Team 2. There's artillery, that's still online. There are, of course, those 2 chickens. Inbound. Ryan sitting next to a P-Gen. Don't stand there. Immediate orders to reclaim them so they don't volatile explode and kill them outright. Oh, those chickens are going straight for that artillery piece. Crab immediately comes online here. Great grab there, and it's going to really help try to prevent the chickens from getting further in. Oh, they're trying to target the comm, but it's being blocked. Oh, had he kept walking, it would have been better. Oh, no. That crab's going to go down, and I think the second one might as well. There's 2 ion storms nearby. SACUs are taking a hit. That's never good. And 1 artillery piece taken offline. Strat bombers do take out, or at least help assist with that. That artillery piece comes offline. Team 2 loses both of their artillery pieces, but that's still a lot of reclaim to scoop up. 51 minutes on the clock. Where, hey, that Maver would have been nice to have by now, kind of thing. 1 satellite's been rebuilt, second one on its way. That's just, of course, me wanting to cast another game with a Maywar in it. Essentially, no SMD, says Jenna. Well, there was. I thought there was some in the middle. I guess not. But Alan Matola does have another nuke, and it launches immediately. He's like, oh, and no SMD? Oh, okay. I'm going to go for that. Why not? This SMD was knocked out. This SMD is almost loaded. This SMD is almost loaded. This SMD is almost loaded. Lots of SMDs. This one is loaded, but I don't think it's in range to where that nuke is going. Missiles. Where are they going? Oh, they're going for that SMD. They are going to get it. Artillery half done over here. Oh, they all hit the shield. Oh, no. Here comes the nuke. Kaboom. That's where Team 1's Kantar was standing the entire time. Missiles actually trying to just strike him, but he's dodging him. Doing a great job. He's like, okay, I get this game. I was firing Billy nukes at you the entire time. I get it. You're upset. Please don't hate me. I'm just trying to do my job kind of thing. 52 minutes on the clock here. Team 1, I mean, they are trying to come back in the artillery game. They're trying to come back in the chicken game. They did take out Team 2's artillery, which was nice. I saw bombers online here for Ryan. Another one coming online here shortly. Is Team 2 going to rebuild? It looks like no, they're going to go for bugs, it looks like. And that nuke is being heavily loaded at this point. 137,000 mass killed with that nuke. And that Maver still has not left the red stage. Very, very unfortunate. But with all the satellites online for Team 2, it's kind of hard because as long as Team 1 can keep the shields online, it doesn't really matter what the satellites do. Unfortunately, Team 2, I mean, they have experimentals. They have a huge western front. There's no way that anybody's going to break through that. Team D is going to knock out that Billy nuke immediately. Actually, those are TMLs, not TMD. Excuse me. So those TMLs are going to hurt or not. It hit the shields, but shields kind of felt it, but not really. Another attempt by 2 chickens inbound. Unfortunately, the next vital structures or set of structures are down here. It's going to be a little bit more of a attempt to get through the front lines. Gunships inbound. Those are going to get knocked out. T3 mexes are targeted. Awasa bombers going to strike on top of the chickens. Of course, the bug comes in to assist. If we had the donut, all 3 air experimentals would be built.
Strategic launch detected.
We do see another nuke inbound from Team 2. Don't know where it's striking. Maybe this position. SMD is being heavily loaded, but I don't think it's going to work this time or at all. First chicken is down. Second chicken is going to go down. Looks like it took out a P-gen, but that's it. Our sub-bomber just essentially solidifies that you are dead. Madcat points out there's a nuke inbound. I think that's what he's going at, but looks like Team 1's Kinder doesn't give Team 2 the satisfaction and control Ks, and kaboom, leaving Team 1's Kantar Olar alone. Defend for himself. 54 minutes on the clock here. Missile attempt once again, going for that SMD. I don't think, actually they're going to go for the P-gen this time, and he just dips and says, no, I'm good, see ya, bye. And Team 2 wins the game with 4 players remaining. Had System Shock not teleported in, it probably would have been a flawless victory there. But MVP for this game, I mean, it was really a lot of little things. The nuke was very nice, of course, to have. The satellites was nice to have. The artillery was nice to have. The nuke over here was a nice attempt, but didn't really get anywhere with it. So I think if I were to pick somebody for MVP, I think I want to go with the nuke. I think overall did a lot. The artillery as well did a chunk, taking out this section. And, of course, taking out the artillery that was being built by Kinder. But I think the nuke definitely was the thing that just solidified the win for Team 2. And since Team 1 just could not come close to them, it just wasn't really an option, which is why they built all the SMDs. But then you had Ali Matola also taking out a bunch of SMDs over here as well. So it was essentially, I'm going to use nukes, but because of the range of the missile launchers, I'm able to take out your SMD, at least some of them as well. So that was a nice little kind of 1-2 punch strategy. So I think for that, I'll give him the edge for MVP. But really, everybody did a very good job. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully, you enjoyed the match. And if you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'll see all of you in the next one.